Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Dead Cells. I've been, hold on, custom game. I've been talking for far too long and not actually playing a run of Dead Cells. Let's jump into a run. Last run, if I remember correctly, let me just try to remember the last day of Dead Cells. I played so much Dead Cells yesterday. We did tactics, brutality, finishing off with a survival run. So today, I don't know. I could take anything. We're fresh at the top of the list, and we can do whatever the heck we want. I remember we had a good blood sword run, and that made me appreciate the blood sword a lot more. Oiled sword, I don't know. I don't know how I really feel about it. We could try it, try to get some fire in the run, and then have crits with the oiled sword, or we could go for the scissors. I think I'm gonna try maybe a little bit of silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, Scaramouche. Do you do the fandango? Let's take a little bit of oiled sword, and then with this thrown axe, see if we can get any hits on with this. Oh, how did that miss? The thing about the oiled sword is, it's actually pretty good damage. You don't need to get the crits on every enemy, or rather, let me rephrase. You don't have to land a burning shot on every enemy because the crits last for about 10 seconds with the oiled sword. Now, one thing that I don't know is I don't know if the oiled sword? Dude, the throwing axe is actually pretty damn good. I don't know if the oiled sword applies fire. I know it applies oil to the enemy. If it applied fire, that would probably be a little bit too excessive, I think. Like, if it applied fire, then that means that it applies both status effects to a single target. And that does seem like, why would you have one item that could apply everything? It could keep the damage bonus going forever, so it's probably not how it works. But all we really need on this run is a firebrand, and then we effectively have full fire and oil forever. And then on top of that, we also have full access forever to, oh, that's not gonna work, to burning oil synergies. And I think, oh my God, I think that's a big part of it too, is that if we can get, if we can keep this flammable sword, we get access to burning oil forever. All enemies, all equipment that has double damage on burning oil, we can keep that going. So what we're looking for is immediately fire on anything, and then if we could get an oil sword that has it does double damage on a target covered in burning oil. That's why the damage seems good. Ah, I see it now. First of all, okay, and this is exactly what we wanted. I see it now. So this actually does seem like a very strong combination. The fact that this can get double damage on a burning oil is pretty damn good. That's most of the hits, because literally what I was saying is that we have access to the synergy forever. Oh, tombstone. We have access to burning oil for forever. I don't know why I'm holding onto the tombstone. We don't need it. But this is highly, highly great. I love the fire builds in Dead Cells, so I feel like I'm gonna like this. And we've got such a high damage sword. Evening UIC Vampirism 9, welcome. Vampirism! Ugh. We had no choice. Well, the choice was don't pick it up, but we're not gonna use it. We're gonna hold on to Vampirism and sell it. Legendary Vampirism is really, really good if you're rolling a melee build. I don't really wanna use Vampirism. In theory, there is a use case for Vampirism. If you take a lot of damage and you're low on health, you might as well, right? I should have grabbed that and held onto it. That would have been smart. But yeah, vampirism as is not particularly amazing. So we're doing 600 damage per hit on the crit with the burning oil synergy. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Really wish they changed it, says 9. You see, now you're risking opening the bag of worms because they have changed vampirism and tonic like 5 times. I kind of want to go sewers in this one. I think we went sewers last time, but I still want to do it here. Yeah, they changed vampirism and tonic like 5 times because they could never figure out how to make it work properly. And right now, I think it's okay. It's, what I would change is maybe to make it not take so much of your health to start with, 37%. Maybe have it scale up with the percentage of the health that you recover, because you have to hit 20 times for this to pay for itself in the early game. No one's gonna want that. No one's gonna want that at all. But I think that, 37%, 2%, maybe make it, it takes 10% of your health, you recover 1% of your health. And then as you upgrade, it takes 20% of your health and you recover 2% of your health. Maybe you can make it give you more health in the long run as you upgrade it. But to start with losing 33% of your health, it's not worth it. That number goes down as you scale up, which definitely makes it better, but I don't think it makes it good enough. Anyways. How do you open the map? Absolution M1008. Long name, but welcome. How are you doing? Press select to open the map. Press X to open the switch map display to see the world map with paths selected for you. We're not gonna go to the bank, are we? No, we're not gonna go to the bank. It's too early. I went to the bank several times yesterday, I think. So I think I'm in the clear to say I don't want to go to the bank here. So it does 670 when the enemy is not on fire. Or rather, not burning oiled, because we have the double damage on burning oil. That's gonna be really nice for, killing big enemies in 2 shots, or just going after elites with lots of shots. Hit, the elite's dead, boom. You attack very quickly, you little son of a gun. But I'm liking the weapon right now. I think that this was a good idea to try it out, since I learned that the blood sword can be freaking phenomenal. To be fair, oh god. To be fair, we had the legendary blood sword on the last run. I believe it was a survival run. And that certainly helped because it had double DOT effects, but I think this by itself, what we're seeing here, is proof that you can still make it work, even if it's not legendary. You might need some affixes and some good damage modifiers. Someone said that you could get plus damage on a bleeding target on that blood sword, and we've seen that you can get plus damage on a burning oil target on this sword. Never knew you can press X there. That was it was added in one of the updates. They're constantly adding in stuff to this game. I don't remember when they added in the biome map. Early game bank doesn't feel worth anyways. I mean, it really isn't. Early game bank, you fight incredibly difficult enemies with underpowered loot. Why would I want that? Answer, wouldn't. Boom, done, solved. Sinew Slicer, double damage on burning oil. You son of a bitch. That's gonna hurt. I gotta heal because he's gonna kill me. Jesus Christ, I hate that guy. Area 2 Mimic, nearly died, had to heal, used disengagement. He almost killed me in one hit. God damn it, I hate those mimics, man. If I ever get around to making a video of things I want to see changed in Dead Cells, that'll be one of them. And it's just gonna be titled, Make the Mimic Not Kill You. You avoided the bank for this. There would have been a mimic in the bank. And honestly, that's yet another reason to avoid the bank early. There's a guaranteed mimic there. Oh, sorry, you wanted this really good loot early? Oh, what's that? You didn't want to fight a mimic that could kill you super easily? Oh, well, I mean, what are we all made of money? I don't know if I even want to use vampirism here. I'm thinking about it and I'm like, if it was legendary, yes, but like, I'm gonna lose so much HP just trying to run around getting the hits in on the enemies, especially with the flying enemies. You can't really hit them reliably. Don't think I've died to a mimic, but more often than not, they just take a flask off of me. I've died to a mimic. I died to a mimic when I never noticed that they were different mimics depending on what equipment you were selecting in the shop. I didn't realize that there was like a separate mimic for skills and ranged attacks and stuff like that. So I died to a ranged mimic because I had never seen him before, or rather never noticed him before. And I was like, what the hell? He's firing legs. Like, the ranged mimic fires body parts at you. I've never noticed that before. It was very weird. But yeah, they're hard. They're hard. Very hard. Snake fangs, let's hold on to those. Oh my God, it's AbeClancy. The legend. How are you doing, Chryssia? I'll say it again. I was out of the house earlier today, so I didn't notice that message when you said that you were gonna start a stream of The Binding of Isaac. So unfortunately, I was not there to see you start, but I will watch your VOD later. I love you, you're the best at Isaac. And if anyone out there, it's a legendary, legendary oven axe, which is very interesting. If anyone wants some great Isaac content, you go to AbeClancy. Okay. I mean, do we say goodbye to the oiled sword, hello oven axe? Only uses the last hit of the combo? We could probably build in a flame synergy here. Re-roll it a few times. I'm gonna leave those snake fangs though. $4,600 damage in a single shot. First time forgotten, I beat Blue Baby. I can't wait to see it myself. It's a big axe. It is a big axe. Can I axe you a question? I'll stream more now. Don't do it just for my benefit, but if you stream, I will watch. I think you are a good streamer and you've got a great voice. Dunkum, 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 dunkum. I want to point something out. This is not a message to Chryssia. This is a message to anyone who plays Dead Cells. I've complained in the past about Alucard's sword and you can't turn it around. You can turn around the oven axe. In the middle of the swing, you can still flip around to the other side. Dun, 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 dun. Ow. Let's not die to this enemy, because I have a quick attack. I should be using the, Firebrand against the weaker enemies. We're gonna do it. And then we should use the oven axe against all the big boys. Big boys. Abe, never say that ever again. You know what? You're not the boss of me. Dun, 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 dun. Tonfus. Wow, okay, I mean, that was very interesting. Maybe I should have looked at it. It had victims release a toxic cloud and also more damage on poison targets. It had its self-synergy. So why not grab it? Because I like what we got here. You know, we've got a weird build. I want to see where this goes. This being just hit real freaking hard. If we go and fight this boss though, I don't know what I'm gonna do. No, hold on. You know what, we can save the oiled sword for if we fight the boss. Maybe this is gonna be a little bit too slow. So there's the prison. Not quite done yet. We didn't get the map. Oh no, we did. So we are done. We are done with this. Well, I gotta think. Nice. I like the firebrands that also fire arrows, more likely to get a kill early. We should keep the oiled swords. I'm gonna get rid of the snake fangs. It is pretty nice. But the oiled sword has a little bit more of a immediate synergy with the firebrands that we have, of course. You know what we could do? There's one particular mutation. Armadillo pack? Porcupine, right? Roll through an enemy and you hit him with the weapon in your backpack. I've got a freaking oven axe that only does criticals. Is it going to, you know, critical enemies when I roll through them? Could be pretty decent. I like what mimics for one thing, level 14 weapons. Late game mimics is fine. The early mimics and the early bank, that's the problem. There's your problem. So let's see. Plus 20% damage, plus 20% crit damage. If that works on the roll, I would like that. I'm gonna take Porcupine and see if I can make this work. Yeah, time to roll with an axe. Yeah! This could be very interesting. Ooh, Assassin's Blade is pretty decent as well, depending on what it is. More damage on a burning target. The damage is very high. Not as much of a bonus on the burning oil, but it does have more raw damage on a crit. But we're not gonna crit the boss, but we will crit the tentacles by hitting them in the back. So I think we do swap. We need something that applies oil. We don't actually have that yet, but actually we don't need something that applies oil, we can just apply burn. So I think we will swap off, but with the knowledge, nice, that we'll probably maybe want to try for another, come closer. Oh, it pushed him. It does a lot of damage, but it also pushed him. I don't know why it pushed him. But still, like if it's rolling through enemies and basically killing them, that's pretty decent. Hey, stop that. I do like being able to roll through the enemy and do 2,000 damage? That's a pretty nice amount of damage. Yo, the roll went through the shield too. Maybe this is actually like totally, completely, wonderfully fine. That roll is doing substantial damage. Don't need an ice bow. It does knock the enemy around, which does not seem very good, but I think that's just the fact that the oven axe is so dang heavy, you know? I think because it's such a dang old heavy weapon, it does a lot of knockback. Now, the only reason why that's a bad thing with the current weapon that we have is because we want the explicit backstabs. The backstabs give us additional damage. So if I'm rolling through the enemy and knocking him back, then I can't really get that backstab as reliably. But that's it. They pretty much get stunned when that happens. When they get hit by this oven axe, they're stunned one way or another. So it seems pretty decent. Pretty good. You might notice when I keep turning around. Hey, why do you keep turning around? Because this freaking... That time he didn't get stunned by the oven axe. Keep turning around because I keep turning around. Whatever, there is plenty of food for us. We'll grab this food. Oh, not this food. There we go. I wonder if there's a way to fix that, the knockback, like maybe to not disable it, but to equip a weapon or an effect that prevents the knockback, or maybe just a different weapon that wouldn't have the knockback on it. What if there's a way that we can interact with that mechanic to adjust it to our whims and desires? This is a long route to the shop, isn't it? We need a new skill though. We gotta get rid of this vampirism, which I'm not using. A fire grenade is not really important, but it would allow us to get rid of the firebrand. I don't really want to get rid of the firebrand. Really what we need is like an oil grenade. Or a grenade that can inflict oil. Or a serenade that has double damage on burning oil and it spreads oil on the enemy. Yeah, that works too. Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. I guess I have another little pseudo question here. Which is, I wonder if we're actually getting the crits out of rolling through the enemies with the oven axe. Because the numbers are not crit numbers. They're not yellow, they're white. So maybe that means that we're not getting the crit value, but I don't know. Can't tell. Also, we're not cursed, so I can't pet the sword. Sorry, Academy kill. I can't teach myself something by killing myself on this run. Let's get more money before we start re-rolling that again. Do we want something like combo? No. Open wounds? No. Melee? Maybe. Killer instinct? No. Initiative? No. I mean, combo's always good. Predator? Scheme. Tainted flask. I mean, we are down a flask. We could go tainted flask build. It's not really even a build. You just take tainted flask, and then if you have to heal, you heal. Rolling makes you invis, says Academy Kill. Well, that raises a question. Is this a melee attack with Porcupine? Will the Oven Axe actually make us invisible if we roll through enemies? You know what, let's find out. That's a good question. Mold everywhere, spores floating in the fetid air. Sounds like Control. I'm invisible. I guess I didn't expect it to work. You're not on fire yet. There you go, there's the burn. Huh. So if that counts as a melee kill, I guess there's other ways that we can synergize with that, like melee kills slow enemies, melee kills apply bleed. We could apply those to the Porcupine. I always have the best ideas, says Academy Kill. Well, I don't know about that. Spreads oil on the enemy. The sword already spreads oil. And then it has the burning oil synergy on top of it. I mean, I'm getting the melee kills here. For the most part. I wonder, oh, yeah. I saw that coming. Gotta stop that. I wonder if, I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. I had a point to make 2 seconds ago, and then some things happened, and I had to fight an elite, and then I was like, what was the point I was trying to make? It doesn't. Nothing I say actually matters. The Assassin's Dagger does do a lot of damage. There's more than you would expect. When you're not even like behind the enemies. Dun, dun, dun. I think I was gonna make a question about a possible synergy between an item or mutation and the Porcupine, and then I kind of just completely forgot what I was talking about. I like the Sinew Slicer level 10. We fought for it, we used a flask for it. Oh, god dang, Bobby. That's why you look before you leap. Just like in the animated trailer. Nothing there. Oh, there it is. Porcupine slow enemies. In theory, it would work. Done. Wonder if it would work with the healing perks as well. I wonder if getting a kill with Porcupine gives you the benefit of giving you the speed buff that you normally get when you kill like 5 enemies quickly. So many questions, so little time. I really like having the dodge roll for those enemies. Very nice to have that dodge roll so that I can just roll directly through a tentacle and then not have to worry about it. Dude, Serenade is so good. Thank you, Serenade. Oh, thank you, Medkit. Hold on, don't let the Serenade disappear. There you go, perfect shot. Who's a good little dagger? Thank you. Rapier, 8,000 damage. I'm liking what we've got right now. Let's not mix it up. What does malaise do in Dead Cells? Well, Chrysia, the malaise, aka the yellow bar at the bottom left over my health, slowly increases over the course of a run on this difficulty level that we're on. As it increases, it makes the game harder. Enemies are faster. Enemies have more teleportation. Enemies will spawn into elites. So the malaise level is an ever increasing difficulty being added to the game. And you manage it by going fast and killing enemies. Specifically, killing enemies reduces it, and going fast stops it from increasing. So you want to go as fast as you can. So what I should do is probably not try to like look for loot in a very long, viney passageway, but here I am. The serenade does a lot of damage. Nice health percent. Hey Quark, how you doing? Excuse me. Thank you, Serenade. Oh, that did not keep you alive. Oh my god, so many scroll fragments. Hold on, I see you up there. Now the other, to give you one final little piece of the puzzle here, the other thing regarding the malaise is I ate food to heal, but on this difficulty, that gave me malaise. So I ate food to heal, and then all of a sudden, I had like +3 on that malaise meter. So that's why we're struggling a little bit here. Malaise meter is cranking on that difficulty. It's a cat. Spreads oil on the enemy, plus damage on a burning target, 2460 DPS. I feel like I like the Sinew Slicer still. I want something that can kill the tentacles when Serenade goes on cooldown. Serenade should not go on cooldown, but if I fail to keep it, this can still hit the tentacles. Voriar, hello. I have probably one of the best crossbows I've seen, but I'm fighting Conjunctivius. How horribly is it gonna go? Ice crossbow. I don't think that boss is immune to freezing, so it should be fine. You should be able to kill the tentacles pretty easily. Hopefully you have some good skills helping you out. I'm not a fan of the ice crossbow though, because at a certain point, enemies like Hand of the King, they're not gonna be able to get hit by the ice crossbow shot. Giant is completely immune to the freeze. At a certain point, it just doesn't do it for me. Infantry grenade. There's an oil grenade, but we don't need that damage on it. Bad, well, not bad, but worse Sinew Slicer. Yet another Serenade. I mean, this Serenade is literally better than the one that we have by a small amount, so I guess we can we can get this one. Sure, I wish you could hold them both. But we'll take one. I'm gonna do it. I think we're gonna have malaise even after the boss fight, but at this point, I did it to myself. Assassin's Dagger should be fine, unless we find, dude, I don't know, Fire Blast, constant 6k DPS of fire, just ding ding ding. I like the Firebrand though, it's so fast. Give me a reroll. Better Assassin's Blade. Plus damage on a burning target and better oil. Yeah, give me a better blade. We could go for a better Firebrand, level 6 to level 9. I feel like this entire run has just been incremental upgrades. Little upgrades, getting just a few levels here or there on loot, but not really changing things up too much. I mean, if it works, it freaking works, right? Of course we get Scythe Claw now on a run in which I don't have Scythe Claw. All right, let's do it. Hmm. 78 kills. How much damage is the Oven Axe doing? Less than the Assassin's Blade. I don't know, in my head I'm like, if I re-roll the Oven Axe enough, maybe we can get an Oven Axe that has like double damage or quad damage or plus damage on burning oil, and then it'll stay relevant, but I feel like it's gonna become unrelevant at some point. It's gonna become irrelevant. There you go, come here. Let's keep the fire going everywhere. That's Serenade. Keep the fire going as well. He's back in the middle. Grab Serenade one more time. Maybe actually just send it out there since I was in a bad spot. I didn't get a hit on. I can't really tell. Oh, come on! No! You! Oh, what? The fight was over. I thought, oh, I don't know what I thought. Just walked into it. God damn it. God damn it, go shark. You piece of garbage. Oh, I had it. That was a good fight, too. You son of a gun. Let's go graveyard. Wake me up when there's some action. Get out of here, sword. I don't know why they changed the name from the Watcher for this boss way back when. That's why I always call it the Watcher. It's a giant eye, it's the Watcher. Conjunctivitis, yeah, sure, that's probably like a disease of the eye. You know what's also a disease of the eye? Being a big eye. Wait a minute. There, he's in the bag. He's in the bag. The other day, when I was like, I never noticed that they look the same, is because this guy's always in the bag, but I guess when you go to the bank biome, they're not in the bag anymore. They come out of their bags. So there's Bandana Man, and then the yellow one without the bandana, but he's in the freaking bag. Why is he in the bag? All right, let's go. Voriar says, I just one-shot an elite. Yeah, I mean, that happens sometimes when you get good runs. I just feel like maybe the ice crossbow loses a little bit of its efficacy when you start fighting later bosses that are all immune to it and whatnot. There's an elite, speaking of. Wow, they're elites. Brrr. I'll eat the food. Go ahead, spawn, what do I care? What do I care? Actually, Serenade, because victims' remains explode, it's actually able to do a substantial amount of damage. Toxic Cloud Queen's Rapier could be good. Why did why do I do these things? Why do we fall down, Mr. Wayne? I don't know who hit me. Ah! I went into the freaking arrow. Okay, heal up. And I'm not performing adequately all of a sudden. This is one engagement. Oh my god, you jerk. Heal up. He was invisible, admittedly. I couldn't see him. Methinks that we should probably switch to a Tainted Flask at some point, which has become a little bit prominent in my brutality runs recently. It's almost like I'm using Tainted Flask instead of getting better at the game. Well, we probably won't buy a flask in that case. I'll just spend $1 grand swapping out Predator or something. Predator has not been super necessary. And if we're going elite path, you know me. Spoiler biome, caverns. Rather, cavern spoiler biome is what I'm thinking. Hello? It's a lot of scroll fragments lately. Didn't you unlock everything at this point, says Chris? Yeah. Oh, in Dead Cells? Pretty much, yeah. My brain froze for a second there. I didn't realize there was a secret passage. I was like, what? Camera's bugging out, man. Random skills. Don't need skills. Can't pay the bills anyways. I do like this become invisible by rolling through enemies thing. That's a pretty nice little bit of tech. Let's go left. Hold on. Exit, another exit. Just looking for that darn... That's probably the sepulcher exit. Looking for that darn cursed chest. I mean, it's been a good floor other than taking a whole bunch of damage in bursts. How could you be better then? Oh, that door is not sepulcher. Oh, I could be better. I could be way better. I'm face tanking in this run almost as bad as I was face tanking in the last run. That's the cursed chest. It's got a turret, but if we go and fight the giant, we're not gonna care about the turret. We're not gonna care about the sinew slicer either. But I don't think we care about this. All right, enemies please. No enemies. Enemies. Well, there's a door here. We have to go to the next biome with 10 curse. Just don't pet the sword. I don't know if petting the sword kills you. I just believe that it does because it was suggested to me. Why would anyone suggest that unless they wanted to see me die? I understand you better than you understand yourself. Oh, right, you can't use your head when you're cursed. I wasn't even gonna use it to kill an enemy, I just wanted the gold. Wonder if you can position turrets over the giant's hands. You know, I don't know. I know that you can't... You can't, There is someone there. I don't know why I can't see them. Oh, that explains it. I don't know. I've never actually tried it. I've always tried to put wolf traps on the hands, and you can do that. So maybe the traps on the hands will work, and then you can just have like the sinew slicer hit the eyeball. I will try that. I will try that. Good enough excuse to go down to the giant fight for a little bit of experimentation. Whew, you're hitting the turret. Careful. Easy there, Turbo. Ooh. Very good amulet. Lose a little bit of HP, but we gain stats. I will definitely go for Tainted Flask as well. We gotta start building up our HP once again, since I have failed to keep my health high. And I don't mind getting rid of Predator, although we could probably get rid of the Oven Axe. It's not really doing that much. I guess the question is, what do you think is more important? The little bit of extra damage from the Oven Axe, or the occasional invisibility? Should not do that. He can go very fast. I mean, I'm still liking the oven axe. The thing is, it's gonna be really expensive to reroll. It's already $3 grand to reroll it. And we don't have any plus damage on burning on it yet, and that's really what I'm gonna be looking for out of it. Let's go to the lobby. Grab ourselves a snack. Undying Shores, maybe? No. Screw it, let's go to the cavern. Invisibility in the cavern actually does make a lot of sense, so maybe I will take off Porku back. Bum, bum. We're getting the doors, which is nice. We just take a lot of damage in occasional rooms. That's the other thing we could do, is just spin to win through the entire level, through the entire game. Ah, nah. We don't need to go that route. Double damage and burning oil. Slows down nearby enemies, plus damage on poison, plus 20% damage. There you go. That's worth holding on to. So I think I'm going to reset. We could also take Wish. We could take Wish and try to go for some sick item, because the cavern has a lot of shops. What does the Serenade do legendary? Hold on, Serenade. Serenade is a power in the game of Dead Cells. Increases your movement speed, stay active indefinitely, right? That's pretty good. I've had Serenade Legendary before. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. We're at level 12. If we don't do it now, when are we gonna do it, right? Let's wish. And then I think we want Tainted Flask as well. I think we want to start building up the flasks. You know what? No. Give me Porky Pack. I just re-rolled it. It always takes a while to load this level. Sometimes it takes so long that you think the game is gonna crash, but it's just because it's loading an unusually large amount of lava sections. Well, that's not gonna work. I like the idea of still rolling that Porky Pack, because we have a high damage oven axe, man. Man! Well, I'm gonna have to deal with you in a second. Whoa! You! Thank you. A little rough. I don't know why there was an elite imp or elite demon. I didn't see him previously. And then he turned into one that had a freaking box on him too. The box is scary, man. It does a lot of damage. I know that's kind of like the point, but it does a lot of damage. That box crushes. See you later, Serenade. I didn't realize Serenade had already left. Is it worth to replace the cavern with the bank on 4? I mean, on the specific BC, I don't think it matters, but oh, it's a freaking baseball bat. What? Game's like, hey, I heard you like baseball. All right. It's not even gonna use Wish because it's already legendary. I think that if you are going to the bank, you should go to it as late as possible. And the cavern is a very good area of the game to go to the bank. Because if you go to the bank in the clock tower, the sepulcher, the cavern, or the Undying Shores, the bank is the same. So you get the same level 12 equipment out of your shops. So if you go to the bank instead of the cavern, you get level 12 equipment. You don't have to deal with all of the annoying cavern enemies. You have to deal with some of them, the arbiters especially, but I think it's a good time to do it. Why not, you know? There's a lot of goodness in the bank if you can survive it. Okay, we have to be very careful. Very careful indeed. Let's wait for the sword to do everything on that one. That's a bird. Now I have a baseball bat. A little less effective against certain enemies. Sword, can you carry this one? Yeah, good sword. Oh, you can get that one too? You're so good to me. That's a carrot. I don't know where it came from. Get that one? Good. I see you, so like, you're easy. And then you should be able to kill this guy as well. Ah, not from the back. You're not gonna teleport. This is an interesting one. You're gonna teleport. Thank you. It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm not sure if every bank has a good shop. I think every bank has a food shop at the bottom level. It's at the very bottom of the elevator. It's got a food shop, a weapon shop, and a skill shop. I believe every bank has all of those. But sometimes I feel like maybe I've been to the bank and it had 2 weapon shops or 2 skill shops. But it always has the food shop. The food shop is the only one I'm sure of. I feel like the bank has one of every shop. I'm probably just dumb. Nerves of Steel, Smoke Bomb. Smoke Bomb, what's the legendary? Resets cooldown? Nerves of Steel has way more crit damage up. But I really like the build that we have right now. So I think we're gonna say no to these. Can't even see my baseball bat anymore. Baseball bat. Baseball bat. I need a wolf trap. I need something that can stun or root. Not the giant, I suppose, but maybe later. Kind of do like the idea of a highly upgraded Nerves of Steel. Ice grenade. I mean, nothing I get is gonna work on the giant. And freezing, I don't feel like freezing is particularly effective against a lot of enemies. I don't know. This is where, like, I need a list of all of the legendaries for items, because I don't know what's good. You know, I don't know what I should be searching for. There's probably some amazing stuff out there, even if it's stuff that I wouldn't normally think of, like something as simple as, you know, get a blood sword. The blood sword went beautifully on the last run. We probably don't need it now because I have a new weapon. We just picked one up for free. Clunk. Get out of here. No one likes your iframes. That's true. Melee could potentially freeze. In theory, though, things are not going to be lasting that long. They're going to die fast with the weapon setup that we have. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh. Well, that was exceptionally rude. I'll take the food. I'm taking all the food. Give me the curse, bring it on. I was jumping on that one. I refuse to believe that jump. All right, heal up. Careful. I'm gonna have to, gonna have to be very careful when we go and fight the giant on this one. Moriar says, I just died with one left on a curse to a random bullet I'm about to uninstall. Welcome to Dead Cells. Yeah, the Dead Cells experience. Oh, hey, Quantum, welcome. I didn't see the name earlier, but hi. You were, you came in late yesterday, right? I just got here, one more run. Well, you made it today. I guess tactics. Clunk! Let's recycle this. Although, again, I don't know what the legendary crush trap is because I don't have a list. Is there a list? Is there like a list on the wiki of here's all of the equipment in the game and what the legendaries do? Because that's what I need. You know what? That should be on the page for Wish if it's not. Someone should make that. Anyone who knows anything about editing a wiki. Thank you. Oriar says I was one room away from the giant. What weapon did you have? I doubt you were still gonna be rolling that ice crossbow. See, again, we're at legendary, right? Do you go for a random weapon? What do we want? Probably like a firebrand, right? Double stacks of flame. We could go tombstone, but we want like double flame, right? What's the iron staff? I've never looked this up. Iron staff is freezes enemies blocked with a parry. Pretty good. Pretty good. Hold on, I want to see if there's a page that lists all of the legendaries. Gear. Weapons. Description. Base. Scaling. No, it doesn't list the legendaries. What about Wish? Wish, Dead, Cells, Wiki, GG. Does this list legendaries? Nope. Okay. Well, I don't think we want any of these. Iron Staff can be good, but it does have double damage on burning oil and stun and freeze. A part of me is thinking, like, what if you stun them with the iron staff and then just start wailing on them with the baseball bat? You get a freeze and a stun, and then you can wail. Or, with the same DPS, you could just hit him with the iron staff. That's why I don't think this is a great one to take. Because the baseball bat already... It's got the spreading stun, but it already does a lot of damage. Remember, it changes the stuff on the items. Ah, correct. Well, we can still, knowing that this can get stuns, we can still maybe re-roll into it, or re-roll into the burning oil. And on the legendary will still freeze. We know that it'll still freeze because that's built in. So let's see, we got more to do. I think didn't go down a couple of directions here. No cursed chest. Thank you. But I think what we will do is just go to the skill shop and maybe look at that first. Oh my god, Giant Killer, what does that do? Giant Killer. Giant Killer Legendary is your last attack deals 2 times more critical damage. So if you get the whole combo off, it'll do more damage. The last hit of the combo is the strongest one. So that's kind of tempting. I don't know, what does chat think I should take? It's like a little bit of option paralysis here. I could take anything. There's so much possibility. Legendary Giant Killer, take or pass. Yeah, exactly. Because we can just pick it up and make it legendary. Oh, hello. What the? I don't know what happened to him. He wasn't stunned. Something happened. Something not good happened to him. Hold on, there you go. Random skills. I think I want to stick with brutality just to be thematically appropriate. Yeah, I don't know what that one hit was, but it was great. I guess he got stunned for a fraction of a second due to the arrow. Yeah, the legendary bat is The reason why it's good against bosses is because the bosses will take a lot of damage if you can root them or freeze them or stun them, which doesn't happen often at this point in the game. Early, yes, late, no. But it's a fun weapon to use, and then we still have the freaking oven axe in the backpack. If we don't like the baseball bat, we can just use this. Double damage on burning oil plus 20% damage. You know, that's solid. So random skills, brutality, we could take. Legendary, we don't need a legendary serenade. You know what, just give me random. Give me random. Cannon. Faster projectile speed. Flamethrower turret. It's probably like double stacks of status effects. If I had to guess. Flamethrower turret. I just need to go to the item page. Just go from there. Yeah, 2 stacks of damage over time except 1, so it'll do a lot more damage for sure. It does also spread oil and burn, so it enables the burning oil synergy immediately without anything else. And we can dump the sinew slicer for it. Funnily enough, it still doesn't really seem... You know, we don't need legendary for this to enable the fire synergy. We can just take it, I guess. Or we could just reroll. Again, I don't know what I'm looking for. What was the other shop? Weapon shop? Let's go back to the weapon shop. Let's go back to the weapon shop. Let's go back to the weapon shop. Yo, there's a, Whew. There's a thing over here? A scroll fragment? You know what? If we can find a serenade, we could dual wield them. And that's always a fun thing. Let's see. Burns everything on the screen. I remember that one. Oil grenade. Another flame trap. I really want to spend wish here somewhere. Double damage firebrand. Well, it's gonna reroll it when we pick it up. I don't know, I think I just want a firebrand, you know, just double burn stacks. That should do a lot of damage. We okay with that? We already got the baseball bat, we already got the oven axe. Unless I get serenade at the bottom skill shop, I'm just gonna take the firebrand. I should not have rolled this as random. I should have rolled it as brutality and looked for a secondary serenade. Get a skill. I mean, I'll probably buy a skill. Yeah, yeah, I think I'll just go grab the firebrand. Because I'm using it, the thing is I'm using it constantly. I'm always throwing it to burn enemies. And against bosses, we want that burn damage, so. There you go, there's my wish. Oh, it's quadruple damage. Quadruple damage, wish. Okay, it's quadruple damage. It's quadruple damage. Well, we are gonna go fight the boss immediately, so maybe this will work fine. Let's go. I could sell some stuff, but I just wanna move on before I get myself killed. I think you do burn the hand when you hit it, right? I hope so. I very much hope so. It's another baseball bat. I mean, it's better than the one that I have. The one that I have does spread the damage. Or spread the stun, which is probably better. Yeah. Yeah. Hell 9, welcome. That boss gonna tickle you and you will break. It says Academy kill. But it's the giant! He's easy. Just don't get hit, forehead. So we have the burning oil synergy easily. So we just want everything to synergize with that. So let's re-roll baseball bat, see what we get. Well, we didn't get it. And I don't really want to spend too much more money on that. We don't have to re-roll mutations right now. All right, let's do it. I just need to make sure I don't get stuck the same way I got stuck last time I did this. Here. That's basically what got me stuck last time. Whoa, let's go. Attacking when the lasers come out, and then you kind of get stuck in the lasers. Though I think there's a way that you can be hit by the laser, but not technically get hit and then go outside of the laser. I've done it a couple of times, but it was like purely in the practice mode, I think. We did it! Yeah! Finally a flawless! And it's a grenade! I don't really want this grenade, so I'm going to recycle it. Sorry. Dude, the fire damage. It did a lot of damage. I think I will re-roll the, no. You don't re-roll the firebrand. You put it in your backpack and take it out for a boss fight, right? You do this. Spreads oil though. So Serenade spreads oil. As a result, everything is gonna have oil at all times, especially on the boss fights. We don't need anything to spread oil when we have a Serenade. Kinda like the fact that this does such an incredible DOT here on the burn. That baseball bat damage, though. That damage, though. Where are we gonna go? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna get our mutations sorted, and then we're gonna go to a biome. Want Tainted Flask? I think we want Disengagement, which means we're not gonna take Porcupack. Yeah. I don't think we need Porcupack at this point. Damage is already very high. I'd rather have Disengagement. I mean, I have 5,000 HP. That's low. That's a very low amount of HP to have. Hey, Disp, welcome. Act slow motion. I think I'm still gonna stick with the baseball bat. Whoa! That did 51,000 damage. Oh, because the arrow that it fires is getting quad damaged. No wonder. Getting one shot by bats is potentially funny. Me getting one shot? Because we take a lot of damage right about now. Hello, shopkeep. I don't know what I would want. Pretty much nothing. I do need to hit someone with that just to keep them going. But then the firebrand, as long as I never get hit by anything, you know, everything will die to this firebrand. Except maybe that guy. He'll just die to the serenade. Reroll the bat to get quad damage. You know, I could go all in on that bat. The problem is I don't actually have synergies with the bat. Like, I don't have bonus damage. Oh my god, I just one-shot him. I'm not gonna be able to get the crits out. I'm not gonna be able to stun or freeze enemies. That's not how this run has been built up to this point. Can you deal with that? Thank you, Serenade. Keep thinking I'm invisible. It's just the outfit. The outfit just has a very, like, light color to it. Oh, right, we went through the door. Now, a trap will almost one-shot me. Especially considering how little HP I have. By the way, here's even more scrolls not in HP. Oh, that would have been a sick wish. I mean, I use it all the time, but it's pretty good. Even the fire on the ground, I think, does have that double damage associated with it. Hey. 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 Oh, Jesus. Nope. By the way, the malaise has been cleared. Yeah, the damage is really good, but if we ever get hit, we will die. Well, we'll disengage in one hit, because I don't have much HP. Most of my scrolls have been going into strict damage. This feels like playing with assist mode and 20% HP enemies. Ready for this one? Dude, the quad damage on the DOT. It still kills him. We did get a health flask back. Whoop. No, thank you. Serenade can get that one. And this one, actually. Dun 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 dun. The bonkless bonk run. I would love to bonk! Just pressing Y kills everything in one hit. There's nothing to bonk. Whew. Okay, we'll pick that up if we get hit. And or before we leave the floor, please land, thank you. I'll just eat that one right now. The arrow I fire does 57,000 damage. The arrow that I fire from the weapon does that much damage. It's not even the weapon. That's another health flask back as well. So we've already gotten 2. So that one reroll has already given us a 40,000 value. It's like playing with Cursed Sword. It's like playing with Cursed Sword, except if you get hit, you're not actually dead. The Firebrand does 35,000 damage in a single hit, and that's not even the damage over time from it. What can I say? Very glass cannon here. I've been loving the glass cannon runs lately, though. They're a lot of fun to build in Dead Cells, and when you get them to work, when you like 4-second kill bosses, when you one-shot elites, it feels so nice. Feels like you actually know what you're doing in this game when it happens and it works and you don't die. Why are you so broken all the time? A history of people who don't believe in me. What do we got? What do we got? Spite Sword. 100,000 DPS on a crit. What does this Oven Axe do? 91,000 and 115,000. And it does have that burning oil synergy. Baseball bat does 65,000 and 237,000 DPS on crits. I need like a flashbang. Not worth it. It has no other damage from status effects. Crowbar, double damage and burning oil. Bestial enemies or 15 seconds after destroying a door. I doubt the Hand of the King is bestial. I doubt the Collector is. Good damage though. Hey, Firebrands. You know, we could just rock double Firebrands. Just full on fire all the time, and then just let Serenade loose to do everything. But also, I can alternate the combo here. XY, 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 so we don't need to do that. It's just funny to think about. Conjunctivius is the only bestial. Dracula. Dracula is. Sapphire amulet pisses me off. Sapphires aren't green. Luckily, it's not a cursed chest. (2x damage). It wasn't the fact that the bow had 2x damage, it's the fact that it had bleeding and poisoning as the damage synergies, which we don't do. If it had oil, burning oil synergy, then maybe. It's not just a matter of only double damage. Ugh, I don't need that. We have a lot of points in things that are not HP. There's a giant killer. Dude, the damage per second on Bosses. Those seem pretty dope. You know what we've not had? Bonuses. Bonus rooms, bonus scrolls. We maybe have had 2. I think we had like 1 extra curse chest, right? Can't even put this in the backpack. You know, I think we'll just say no. The thought of wrecking Dracula with a crowbar is surprisingly amusing. You can bonk him pretty nicely with that crowbar. I still don't have anything that really applies stun, but that's okay. So we didn't get hit. Hurrah. There's a door, we could have taken it. That's actually pretty good. Well, not the shooting arrows that do 9 damage, but covering the ground with oil that burns immediately gives you the burning oil synergy and then also crowbar synergy. And then I wonder how that works on the boss. Like, could you stop the Hand of the King from doing his rush? That's a funny thought. Poisons the enemy. Double damage on burning oil baseball bat. Let's go. What do we want though? Do we want the oven axe or the baseball bat? Probably the baseball bat. It's just faster, it's easier to use. Both versions? I don't know if both versions of Dracula give you bestial crowbar damage. Well, let's do it. So it's gonna be a YRTB or YBRT. That's a lot of damage. Like, you know it. Oh crap, that guy above me. Yo, we didn't die to him. We didn't die to the worm who spawned above my head. Let's go. Yeah, easy. Just, you know, quad damage burn. That tree has eyes? What? The trees have eyes. Looks a crit when you have less than 50% health or more than 50% malaise. Frantic Sword, 264,000 DPS. Dude, we can easily do that for the boss fight. Hold up, hold up. Can I just use this on the boss with no downside? And then have 264,000 DPS, which is even more than the maximum of the baseball bat? That seems really good. And then we don't even, I mean, the baseball bat does roughly the same amount of damage as the Frantic Sword because the baseball bat has a double damage on burning oil, but the Frantic Sword is going to be critting, so it will do, on top of that, another double damage. So I think we love that. I think what we want to do I think I'm just gonna sell the bat? Killing an enemy with a crit stuns nearby targets, not just killing enemies with... I don't know. Frick. We're gonna get hit once and almost die. I can sense it now. But I think we can get rid of Oven Axe. I was thinking about taking the Porcupack again, and then we could have the Oven Axe just be in our backpack. But I gotta feel like there's a better option for the boss fight for mutations, right? Like hell, combo even. Our damage is gonna be absurd. We can crank on the damage, right? We could take Vengeance. Dude, we can no, we just keep Tainted Flask. It's double damage. We're gonna have full flasks. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we don't need the Oven Axe. As a result, I'm gonna keep the baseball bat on hand. We're gonna roll that for this area because it's going to hopefully keep us alive if we need to use it. And then Frantic Sword will be for the boss fight. Because we're gonna be using this to kill most of everything anyways. The only exception, I think, is gonna be Book Mages. We just gotta be careful about them. On top of that, there's actually another strategy, which I just thought of. It's called drop your garbage with quad damage on it, and then if you get hit, you're not dead. We have, the thing is, we have tactics level of HP, which I think is gosh darn hilarious. Oh no, the food! Like we legitimately have, this did 41,000 damage. We legitimately have tactics level of damage here. And because we have a quarter of the health that we actually do, definitely tactics level of health too. It is a very funny way of building a run. Just press Y, stupid. I mean, the fire does 3,000 damage a tick. That seems about correct. This is probably not how you get to the teleporter. Using the flask clears malaise, you'll lose the crits on the boss. I know a secret that you don't know. Thank you, Serenade, for dealing with them. In fact, let me just keep Serenade in the hand. Creative use of Serenade getting me out of those situations is going to be important. I'm actually like looking down before I drop. Hello. Well, there's our flasks. We have 4 now. Watch out for the lasers. And he's burning to death. I guess we can also look for a better amulet, like an amulet that gives us 4 brutality would be an upgrade, or 3 brutality and anything else would be an upgrade. I need to find the other key. I do like killing things in one hit. It's a surprisingly valid strategy. Let's go. Even this, though, I think we probably have had more damage in the past. and one-shot the enemies, but it's close. Hey, we're at 53. Wait for it. Step in the fire, you dummy. So he only took 784 per tick of fire damage. You wanna know what? I bet you how that works is the longer the fire is on the ground, the less damage over time it deals. That's my guess. Unless maybe it just does a flat amount of damage when it's on the ground versus when it hits the enemy directly. I don't know. Boom, boom. The game doesn't even know what to do. See, that time it did 3,000. That time it did 11,000. It's kind of strange. The best part about this weapon is actually just the fact that the arrow that it fires does 70,000 damage. The arrow is the best part about the firebrand. Because the arrow goes straight. The firebrand normally doesn't necessarily go straight. I would not have done that if I were you. You've made me angry. It's another off-color scroll. Well, maybe we're not gonna have quite as low amount of health as otherwise predicted. Yeah, that pretty much killed me in one hit. He stepped in the fire. His crystal shields, yeah, it caused a problem. 8,000 damage per tick. His crystal shields did a number to keep him alive. You know, this is a... Now I'm just like actually scared. Let's serenade that one. Serenade the book writer. He's a book writer. Wonder how likely it is for us to get another flask back at some point. We gotta kill 2 more elites. You know, when does it keep track of the current elite count? When you use the flask or just at all times? Who knows? Well, we didn't get a flask back, but that's okay. We can still get full health by the time we leave. There's 1 enemy remaining, 2 enemies remaining. There's not gonna be 2 elites, so yeah, we are... Well, actually, I healed before I killed that 1 elite, so if I could get 1 more elite to spawn, then in theory, we could have enough. So if that enemy over there is an elite, I think we could get another flask, because it's killing 4. Let's go. He's right here. It'll take 2 freaking seconds. I can even just drop my head on him. He's an elite! He also can't fly because my head's on him. We got the flask! Let's go! You burn the ground when you dodge. Creating the fire is not a problem. Okay, well, that worked very well. So we've got 4 tainted flasks ready to go. Tainted flask, something, 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 tainted flask. Wow, Tainted Flask is really good. Dude, and I just realized something. Here's your proper Tainted Flask play, okay? No, you're not gonna like this. Proper Tainted Flask play, I think, is use flasks when you need, but save the elites until you have an open flask in your inventory. Then you start killing the elites, and if you have to go back, you can go back and kill them. I told you you wouldn't like it, but you didn't believe me. You didn't believe me. All right, so Frantic Sword is ready now. Jesus, the damage. The damn damage, though. Times 4 damage, times 2 damage. Good lord. Okay. And now, we take a quick little stretch. Yeah, take a nice solid stretch, everyone. Slowly walk to this elevator. It's been a nice climb of dead cells, but I think we're ready to go. Oh, I fell off the elevator. Don't leave without me. How come I didn't take stun damage there? Ashenran says, and now the true test. Hold fast or expire. Pretty much. And we're just gonna enjoy the music for a second. And we're just gonna chill. Dracula outfit? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Yeah, okay, I got stunned there. Maybe it's because I just landed in the elevator shaft. It doesn't stun you there. No, it totally did. That was weird. I got no idea. All I did was on the way up, I just pressed down jump. Yeah, did it that time. Golden Boy will destroy, I hope. Anyway, the joke here, by the way, is the Frantic Sword does crits when we have 50% health or 50% malaise. So, we're currently at 30% malaise and climbing. We're just gonna chill for a second, and as soon as that hits 50%, we'll be doing bonus damage to the boss. You're gonna get hit by the elevator? That would almost certainly kill me. Well, mine is disengagement, but that would be very funny. So we're just gonna chill. I don't believe the bosses get harder. There's a galaxy behind the moon. Spoilers for real life. You do see the galaxy there, though. I like that the moon here is clearly like pockmarked. And you've got the shooting stars in the background. Very lovely scene. There's a lot of shooting stars, good lord. There's a skull on the moon? There's a skull on the moon. I do see it. There's a skull on the moon. La 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 la. There's a skull on the moon. I wonder if the health flask adding damage to the attacks, I wonder if that affects the burn damage. You know, there's a lot. There's a lot that I don't know about how damage buffs work in this game. We learned the other day that Tranquility actually does improve your damage over time effects as long as you're far enough away from the enemy, but Point Blank doesn't. maybe that's due to phrasing. The Tranquility, I believe it says it increases your damage, but point blank, I believe it says it increases your attacks. This does say it increases your attacks, but even if we do double damage on like the sword or the arrow from the firebrand, or maybe even the serenade, that'll be pretty nice. All this to die in 0.2 seconds. I mean, the hope is that you don't. The final attack of this has a very small amount of animation lock, but it is something to be aware of. So I'm gonna let the melees crank to 10, and then we'll bottoms up. We're almost there. Bit of a anticlimactic moment, but we have built this run around being a glass cannon. We're gonna try to glass cannon this boss to death. Now, again, I don't think melees affects bosses. I think it only affects the enemies. Because otherwise it would be too harsh on long boss fights that has a lot of phases or forced invincibility or anything like that. So I don't think it works, but it's hard to not be meleesed when the skull on the moon is staring at you. Again, lovely scene. So we'll drink up and then fight. We should get a little bit of extra bonus damage for the first part of the fight, and then at each phase, we'll probably drink a flask. Hell says I thought it did. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it does, but I don't know. Let me actually look it up. Dead Cells, does melees affect bosses? Someone just commented that said yes. Speed and strength, yes, but enemy summoning does not. It does affect bosses. It does not add HP. 90% sure that attack speed does not affect them anymore, at least according to multiple people on Reddit. I clearly remember Mama Tick and Scarecrow going berserk at almost max HP while my melees bar was at max. Seems like the answer is people don't really know. Dead Cells, melees, wiki, GG, melees, boss. Melees can be decreased by killing enemies, elites, and bosses. The wiki has no information one way or another. I can say it doesn't since I am doing Flawless Queen on permanent timer, says Lemon. So you have significant melees going into the queen fight? Fair. Hey bro, hey bro, hey bro. So we're gonna let it crank to max, drink, run in, and hope for the best. Godspeed. Godspeed, Mr. Beheaded. By the way, your melees tier is increased? By the way, he's dead? Oh! Okay, heal up. We're gonna lose a little bit of damage on that, but that's okay. We're just gonna teleport to the next zone anyways. I got hit once by the poke. The poke is the hardest thing to dodge anyways. Also, I am freaking the F out on those spikes. That was fun though. That was very fun. Oh, I thought I got away from the poke as well. It's just, Really hard to dodge it. The timing on that is very tough. Poke is jank. Your princess is in another castle. I think I recognize what my problem was, though. I should have dodged to the other side of him and not away from him, because his range on that is stupid. Stop walking into the spikes, you dummy. This really was a run of just wishing for death. I guess the game is called Dead Cells, not Alive Cells. Glass cannon successful. Dude, glass cannon on the firebrands, 10 out of 10. Especially when it fires arrows, because the arrows do so much damage, but that burn damage, man, substantial. And so I didn't notice anything different about that fight with the malaise level being high. I kept drinking flasks to get the damage bonus. Hey, Lonely's Troll, thank you very much for the resub at the end of a run like usual. Kaka, thank you, thank you. I don't recognize anything different about that fight with the malaise being high. The speed seemed normal-ish, as normal as I can remember. Maybe he does more damage, you know? I mean, I had ×4, ×2 damage. It's not like I could really get a good point of reference there. But, you know, the spin to win attack came out at about the right time. It lasted about the right time. Can't really tell. Do you now see why quad damage E-Whip is potentially the best weapon in the game? I mean, quad damage anything has the potential to be a very, very good weapon. Electrical Whip, I don't know why we're talking about this all of a sudden, but Electrical Whip doesn't really have a lot of base damage, but maybe the electric DOT effect being quadrupled makes up for that. But anyways, fun run, and for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.